Welcome back to another video, and also welcome back to the channel. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe because you'll know why you have to subscribe by the end of this tutorial. In this tutorial, I am going to show you how to build a PWA using Glide apps, and in this video we will look at an API that is publicly available, which shows the number of hospitals in rural and urban areas in India along with the number of beds that are available. This I will link the API in the description below so that you can check it out. It is available in the public domain, and let's get started. So the first step is to look at the API. Once you open the API, you will get a JSON response, and in the response, if you look at closely on my screen, you can see that in the data array we have summary of all the details that we need, and then we have a source URL as well. And in the summary we have number of rural hospitals, number of rural beds, urban beds, total hospitals and total beds data. And at the end of it we also have when was this data last updated and last refreshed. So last refreshed is also something that we will use. And so let's quickly look at the demo of the app before we get into the details of how to build it. So this is the summary. There are so and so number of total hospitals, total beds in India. And if you want to look at the state-wise data, you can click on state-wise, and here we have state-wise data. You can also search for a specific state, or let's say I'll do Andhra Pradesh, or let's say Telangana. And then when I click on the state, it loads the details for that state as well. All of this data is available in the API. Now what we will learn is how to use that API, pull the data and show it in a PWA. This app will work on any platform. It works on the web, it works on any mobile, and people can add it to the home screen. So in case you want to build something using an API which has some data that you want to show on a mobile app, you can use this tutorial as a reference, right? So the first step is, as we're looking at the API, we have the summary part of it, and then we have the regional part of it, which is an array and has all the states inside that along with the data. And when was this data updated? So most of it is around 2016, 2017 and 20, I'm not sure if there is any 2018, but 2016 and 17 is what I've noticed, and also some 2015, right? So all the states data is available in the regional array, and then the main data is available in the summary. So what we will do is, the first step is we will pull this data into an Excel sheet and use this Excel sheet on Glide apps. So Glide apps is a tool that will help you convert a sheet into an app. So I've created a blank sheet, and in this what I'm going to do as a first step is to create two sheets. Since we have summary, if you need a new page or different page on your app, it has to be a separate sheet. So I'm just creating a sheet for summary, and then for the next sheet we will name it state-wise data. Now that we have this, we will also add headings into this. So for the summary sheet, if you look at the data, we have these values. So what we will do is we'll just replicate it in the sheet as well. So if I have to just do that quickly, this is how it is going to be. And then for the state-wise data, it is more or less similar, but what we will do is we'll also add the state name against it so that we know which state it is. So for the states, the headings will be something like this. Magic. So I'll just fix the header for these two sheets before we get into the logic. So to pull data into this Excel sheet, what we will use is the app script. So for that you need to go to tools and click on script editor. Once you click on that, it opens up a new project. To be able to run any function in this, you need to give permissions. It will ask for permissions if this is the first time that you're doing something like this, right? So great. So we have one function. It is just one API call, so I'm just using one function. And if you notice, so we'll also add a button here which says refresh whenever you want to refresh, and that is when the API will get called the next time you want to call and update the information. So yes, I've added placeholders just for you to be able to easily understand. So we have one function and then we have one menu item. Let's start with adding the menu item real quick. So for the menu item in app scripts, there is a function called onOpen. So onOpen, when you open the sheet, this menu will get created. So the function is onOpen, and inside this, I don't worry about the source. I will give you the GitHub link for this source, that's so that you can copy paste. All you have to do is understand why we are using what functions and what methods. So first is to create a UI and and get the sheet. So what we'll do is we'll do spreadsheet app dot get UI, and inside this is where we will add the menu item. So for that, what we will do is, once we have the UI, the next step is UI dot create menu, right? So in the menu we need a caption for this. So API functions, let me name it API functions, and inside this we need to add the item which will call the pull data function. So for that, just say enter and dot add item, and what is the caption for this? Let's say we'll do refresh data or something like that. So we will, let's just simply call it refresh data, and then the function name is pull data. So we will just copy this part and paste this here, and the last step is to add this item as in the UI, add this back to the UI. So we'll do add to UI, add to UI, that's it. And we'll just close this. And now if you quickly go and refresh your Google Sheet, you should be able to see a menu against help here. So let's just wait for it to load real quick, and then we should have the menu. Great. So API functions is here and refresh data is also here. So once I click on refresh data, it will call the function. So let us go back to the script editor and now start writing the logic for this. So let me quickly explain the logic. First, what we will do is we'll store these values in one array and then push it to one sheet, and then we'll store these values in another array and push it to the second sheet, since we have two sheets. So we are back here. Let me just rename this Indian Hospital Beds Project. Great. So first step is to initialize empty values, and also once you click on refresh data, you have to remember that you need to clear the sheet and then update it with the new data. Otherwise, what will happen is it'll start appending data at the end of each row, which is not a great experience, and you'll have too many values to deal with. So what we will do as a first step is, let us create summary values as a variable and make it an array, and then we will also do another one values which is for the state wise values, and then to be able to delete rows that are already filled and just leaving the first row so that the header stays intact. I'll show you how to do that. For now, I'm initiating start and end values as variables. And now next step is, let's get the spreadsheet that we are going to work with. So for that, we'll do is equal to, the API for that is spreadsheet dot get active. And now inside the spreadsheet we need to get the two sheets. So what we will do is I'll do summary sheet is equal to spreadsheet dot get sheet by name and the name of the sheet that we have created. Let me just quickly copy paste this one. The second one, let's state it as state sheet, and this is state wise data, and this is summary. Let me just quickly re-verify. Yeah, it is okay. Now we have entered all of this correctly. So yeah, we have all the values that we need. And now the next step is to clear the values before we pull any data into the sheet. So to clear the values, I am just initializing the start to the second row. Second row is from where we need to delete in both the sheets, right? So and what is the end? End is basically state sheet. Oops. So I'm doing this part. So I'm using the start and end only for the state sheet, because for the summary sheet it is just one row. So we'll just delete the first row when we are working with adding data into the summary sheets. Summary sheet. So state sheet dot state sheet dot here we need to get the last row and -1. And the next one is states sheet dot delete row of start comma end. This will clear all the rows apart, leaving just the first row. And now is the moment of truth. We have to call the API. To call the API, the function is pretty simple. I am just going to do a copy paste. Because I've already written this for a similar app that we've built using an API. So you are doing URL fetch app.fetch, and the API URL is this one, the one that we worked with. And then what we are doing here is just getting the API and storing the data into a variable called data here. And now our job is to parse this data and add it to the respective sheets. So for getting the summary, if you remember, now we have everything in data. We have to go inside data and get the summary array, right? So what we will do is we'll create a summary as a new variable and do data of data summary. So this is basically parsing JSON and getting the values that are inside an array. Now we also need to get information on the source. The source is not inside the summary array, but if you notice, it is outside, and it is outside, it is just in the data but not inside summary. So what we will do is we'll do var source as a new variable and do data of just the key of this part, which is last refreshed. So we'll just add it here, right? So now we have the source information. When I said source information, it is supposed to be the source. We have to go to data.sources, so I am sorry about it. So what we'll do here is it's pretty simple. Sources, here inside the sources, just make sure you work with the API and make sure you are writing the right keys to get the right value. Sources of URL is what will be the URL that you will need. So here what we will do is data of, we have missed data because there is another data here. If you don't want to avoid all of this, you can rename the data variable to something else, which makes it easier. And just take in the first array inside the sources, right? So now the other thing that we need is to get the last updated on, which I wrote earlier. So I will do last updated on is equal to data of, it is outside everything if you remember, so it is just data of last refreshed, which we did earlier, but it's fine. So now we need to get the state-wise information. Again, to get the state-wise information, what I'm going to do is create a new variable called results and store the regional key into that. Remember, everything is in the regional, so we'll store the array there. So we'll do data of data and regional. That's it. So now we have all the variables. Our next step is to add this to the sheet, but before that we have to also parse each state data and add it as individual row. For that we'll just use a for each loop, and with just the snap like that, the code for that is this. And in the API there is also the total of all the states that is being printed at the end, which we will ignore. We don't need that information because we already have that in the summary. So I am just doing a variable check. If a state is India, I'm just ignoring it, otherwise I'm adding it all to the values array here, right? So we are adding all of that to the values array, and we have to now add the summary to the summary that we have here to the summary sheet, and then also add state-wise data into the state-wise sheet. For that, what we will do is just use the summary values array and push the data from these three variables into the summary values, right? So for that, the first step is to delete the existing row if there is any, which is the second row. So let's do that here. So what I'm doing is I'm pushing all the values that we need into the summary values array and then deleting the row if it exists. So I've just used the 2 number and then pushing the values into that. And similarly, we'll also do this for the states sheet. For that, it's just a line of code. We've already pushed all the values into this, so we'll just push the values into the state sheet. And with this, I think we are done with the coding. We'll just save this and do pull data and click on run. If we have done all right, yep, it'll ask for permissions. Make sure you give the necessary permissions. It'll ask you to log in if you haven't logged in already. I am logging in on my Gmail where the sheet is sitting in, so that this app script has the access to the sheet. So just a second. Yep, once it is done, you will see running pull function pull data. And okay, we've okay, there's an issue. Cool. On the line number 11, why do we have an issue there? Just a second, let me check. Has to be spreadsheet app. So yeah, let's do run. Once we do run, yeah, we have the summary. Since we have done it again, we have the summary here. And yep, since we already have the data, let's just uncomment this so that the sheet gets cleared. Yep, we have all the data here for all the states, and then here we have the summary. Now the next step is to be able to pull this into Glide Apps and display it to the users who want to check the status of the number of beds that we have in this country and also in the different states that we have. Let's get to that now. Yep, let me quickly open Glide Apps. You need an account. Ideally use the same account where the sheet is sitting in so that you can import it quickly. Once you sign in into your Glide Apps account, you will see create app, and when you hover on it, you will also see you can import a Google Sheet directly or use an existing template. In this case, we already have the data, so what I'm going to do is just do from Google Sheet, and here I'm going to select the sheet that we just created, Indian bed stats, and then do yep. By default, it will look for the data and load it for you. So we have the summary tab and then state-wise tab. If you want to customize the icons, you have to just go to tabs and click on this, and then change the icon from here. Find a good icon to change the icons for the tabs, and let us get into customizing this and to make it look better. So for the summary, I think it is more or less decent. You can also change the layout by doing cards. Cards doesn't make sense in this case because these are all numbers you would want to show, so I will leave it to details for this one. If you want to add any additional component that is not available there, you can also click on plus and add any one of these components. So you can also add a chart, you can also add an image, you can also add a separator or a table. So yeah, these are all available if you want to add, but for the customization part, I will do it in the state wise because that makes more sense. So once you go to statewise here, it just loads the list by default because that is the type of data that you have. What we will do here is change this to probably tiles. I would look at how tiles looks like. Yes, tiles is okay. The title should be this. What I would do is I would hide the yeah I would hide this. And here, if you notice, you can also see where you would want to show the text on. So I will show it on the tile itself and increase the font size to large. So yep, it loads all of these, right? And also for the data, I think we'll show total beds. So you can select total beds from this drop down. And image, we don't need to change. Title is appropriate. And you can also play around with this. So you can do 3 by 2 or 3 by 1 or do a square. This is how the square looks like. I would leave it to 3 by 2. You can decide how you want to show it. Let's do 3 by 1 because this is more easier. And then let us also quickly customize the search part. uh, for customizing the search, what you can do is and go to features tab, and inside the features you can do search for a state. And now yep, this changes to this, and search by default it works. It looks for the list below and shows it. And then this looks okay. Once you click on it, it will show the details in each state. So all of this data is available. What we will do here is let's reorganize this a little bit into tables and make it look more meaningful instead of just a list that looks so random. What we'll do is we'll add a new component from the plus icon on the top corner, and I will add a basic table. In the basic table, I'll add multiple rows. So first one, I'll do total beds. Sorry, let's do total hospitals first and then do total beds. Then after this, we'll add a line and then do the urban and rural information. So total hospitals, and I will select the data that we need to show, total beds. Now this is done. Once you go back, you have the basic table ready. You can also yep, once you have this, yeah, you can also add a custom heading. You can add a new row and add a heading to it, and a lot of other things as well. So we'll leave it there. We'll also add a separator or a divider. So separator is added, so the basic table goes here. Then we will do this, and then for rural and urban we'll also add we don't need these two, so we'll remove these two and now add a new table and show rural and urban information. So in this, I'll add 4 more, and then I'll do rural hospitals, rural beds, urban hospitals, urban beds. I'll select the appropriate value from the sheet that we imported. So urban hospitals, rural beds, and rural hospitals. And now this is also added. And now let me just add another separator after this table, and we don't need these elements anymore. So I am hiding all of them. So this is the data that we have at this moment. If you want, you can remove the last one, and we'll also remove the date from here and add it at the end saying last updated on. So for that, we'll add a new component and we'll add action text. And we don't need any, okay, we need last updated on, and here we will show the last updated on date. And for the title, I think we can now remove the updated on. So yep, if you can just do that, and now we have the app ready. So we have all those states, and if you click on it, it will show this. And you can search for a state. If I search for Telangana, you get Telangana. You can go to summary, change all of this, and if you want to update any information about the app that you've built, you can go to settings on the left, and you can change different modes as well. If you want to make this dark mode, you can do that. If you want to change the theme, you can do that as well. You can update a different icon here, and then in the general tab, you can name the app and add a description to it. And if you want others to be able to copy this along with the sheet, you can also enable it here. And yes, so that's a basic app using Glide Apps and also an API, so REST API to Google Sheets and Google Sheets to Glide App. Now the last step is to click share and publish this. You can use a custom subdomain here, so you can name it anything you want. I will name it Indian Beds Data, and now copy this. Now once this is copied, you can share the QR code, or this pretty much works in the browser, and you will also have an option to add it to home screen if you open this URL in the mobile. So that's how the PWA works. So this is the app. If you scroll down, this will obviously go to the link that we fetched. If you click on state-wise data, you can see all the states, and here you can do search by state, then click on the state and see the app. So that's how you build an app using REST API, Google Sheets, and Glide Apps. Glide Apps, the free plan, allows you to load up to 500 rows of data, and yes, and you can do up to 1000 edits on the Google Sheet. With that, we come to the end of this video. If you like this video, do drop a like down below, add a comment if you have any questions, or if you want to know what else you can do on Glide Apps with respect to creating better and beautiful apps. Yep, see you in the next one. Until then, thank you so much for watching. Peace. Oh, my hand got cut. That's a hilarious one. Peace.